Everything I Never Told You by Celeste. Everything I Never Told You by Celeste is a powerful and emotionally devastating literary mystery that explores the silent fractures within a seemingly normal family. Set in 1970s Ohio, the novel begins with a single sentence: Lydia is dead, but they don't know this yet, and then unravels the complex web of expectations, identity, grief, and silence that led to a teenage girl's tragic death. It is a story of all the things left unsaid between parents and children, husbands and wives, and the crushing weight of being seen, but never truly understood. This is a summary of Everything I Never Told You by Celeste from perfectsummary.com, where we give you the gist so you can decide if you want the rest. This piercing breakdown lays bare the quiet tragedies of family life, the inherited burdens of race and gender, and the yearning for connection in a world that keeps us apart. You can find more at perfectsummary.com, listen to the Perfect Summary podcast everywhere podcasts are available, or watch our breakdowns on YouTube at @official Perfect Summary. The story centers on the Lee family: James, a Chinese-American history professor; Marilyn, a white woman who gave up her career aspirations for family; and their 3 children, Nath, Lydia, and Hannah. From the outside, they seem ordinary, maybe even fortunate. But within their home, expectations, resentments, and insecurities silently accumulate. Lydia, the favored middle child, bears the full weight of her parents' unfulfilled dreams. James, as an outsider in white suburban America, pushes her to be popular and socially accepted, what he never had. Marilyn, who once aspired to be a doctor, funnels her lost ambitions into Lydia, grooming her to excel academically and fulfill a life she could never reclaim. Caught between these conflicting projections, Lydia begins to fracture under the pressure, concealing her struggles behind a facade of compliance. When Lydia's body is found in a nearby lake, the family unravels. Each member grieves differently, clinging to partial truths and projecting guilt. Nath is convinced Lydia was driven to her death by the pressures she endured and the manipulations of a neighbor boy. Marilyn refuses to believe it was suicide, convinced Lydia would never give up. James, feeling like a failure as a father and husband, seeks comfort outside the family. And young Hannah, mostly overlooked, quietly observes everything, becoming a vessel for the novel's deepest insights. Through alternating timelines and perspectives, Ng reconstructs the chain of events that led to Lydia's death. The novel reveals how the past seeps into the present: Marilyn's ambition, James's racial alienation, Lydia's growing isolation, all coalesce into a moment of irreversible loss. What makes the novel so resonant is how subtle and believable every step is. There's no melodrama, just the quiet erosion of a girl who couldn't bear to disappoint the people who loved her without ever seeing her. By the end, the family is forced to reckon with themselves, not just with Lydia's absence, but with who they were before her death and who they might become in the aftermath. Each character begins to rediscover what it means to live truthfully. Nath and Hannah grow closer. Marilyn and James attempt to understand one another anew, and the silence that defined their lives begins slowly to lift. Everything I Never Told You is a masterwork of emotional depth and precision, and captures the nuances of identity, especially as it intersects with race, gender, and generational dreams. It's about the danger of idealization, the harm of suppressing individuality for the sake of love, and the devastating beauty of trying to heal. Check the description to explore the full book and witness the emotional reckoning of a family forever changed by the weight of silence. Thanks for spending time with us today. This has been a summary of Everything I Never Told You by Celeste, brought to you by perfectsummary.com, your go-to for in-depth book breakdowns, thoughtful podcast recaps, and engaging video content. Be sure to listen to the Perfect Summary podcast on all major platforms and check out our video summaries on YouTube at @official Perfect Summary.